Welcome to Enduring Journey to Bliss. My name is Deanne, and I have videos about orchid care and house plant care and native plants and my fish aquarium and my shrimp aquarium also at times. So today is water day, and I have been looking at this poor Cattleya orchid for quite a while now in this very dirty vase. I didn't want to take it out. I didn't want to disturb it at all. And the reason I didn't want to disturb this Cattleya is it has two sheaths. And the sheath on the Cattleya is where the buds grow. You can see the shadow inside the sheath. That is the bud still forming in the sheath. And there's another one on this side. There's another sheath on this side. But you cannot see a bud yet. So I don't know if I'm going to get a bud or not on this one. But I couldn't take looking at this plant any longer in that terribly disgusting pot. I have other pots. I always have lots of these around because that's how I grow a lot of my orchids, is in water culture. So I'm going to go and clean these roots a bit in their sink. And I hope me doing all this doesn't do any damage to this bud that is forming inside this sheath here. And I apologize, my lights, they went off because they're on a timer in this room for my plants. And it's the time of day that it automatically turns off. So anyway, I'll go clean this up real quick. And I'll come back and I will put it in here with all of you in this clean one. And, well, hold on. All right. So I think I'm going to put it in a round container instead of the square container. The square container, I don't know if you can see that. That is the size it was in. But this one's going to give it a wider mouth area. So I have washed it the best that I'm going to. I don't want to cause any damage because I do not want to lose those buds and sheaths where the buds are growing. And I'm going to try to get as many of these roots to go down into the pot as I can without breaking them or snapping any of them, hopefully. And I did have a wire. I'm going to move this glass container. I did have a wire holding it up on the, kind of suspending it on the, I'm going to have to take it out, where it was living in the square container. But I want to take this wire off now if I can without causing too much damage to the plant or its roots. And I think if I give it a pull, unless the roots have grown onto it, which that happens, I might be able to get it out. The key phrase being might. So I've got to give it another spin here on this side. And now maybe if I give it a pull, it will come out. And yes, it's coming out. So thankfully none of the roots had truly anchored to it. Well, that side's not coming out quite as easily. Let me hold it here and try to pull. Okay, let's see what's catching it. Try to pull it, and here we go. So I had this in there, keeping it up, suspended in the water, but I think at this point I don't want that any longer. I'm going to take all these nice new roots that are growing. I'm going to try to get all of those into this container. And sometimes if you have an orchid with a lot of roots like this, if you kind of give the container a spin as you're putting the plant into the container, it helps with getting everything in there without breaking anything. Kind of spin the container. Let me lift her back up a little bit. Man, I wish I had just a little bit bigger mouthed container. But I am getting some of the new roots down into there. There are still some that are above and outside, but that's okay. I'll take that for now. I gave it a nice kind of a little shower as I was in there cleaning the roots. I kind of washed all of the leaves a little bit. I didn't want to do too much. Again, I have learned over time that they will blast just like your Phalaenopsis blooms will blast. So I'm hoping I haven't caused this plant too much trauma. I'm hoping that putting it in this new container, it's nice and snug, so it's not going to move around. That's a good thing. So I will go ahead and I'll pull this off. This is just part of a different pseudobulb from the plant. I'll pull that off. And I'm going to go ahead and give this a nice drink with my fertilized solution that I water with. I think I'm going to lift this side a little bit and push those roots in. And there we go. So I am going to put it in my little watering can because I don't have a whole lot of space at the top for me to pour water over it without it spilling over the edges. So we're going to come right here and I'm going to start filling it up with this fresh water with a clean vase for it, a clean container. And there it has a nice drink. And hopefully I will continue to give you updates, and hopefully she'll continue to grow. And I'm hoping that I've not caused any damage to this sheath, or let me bring you up to this sheath here and the little bud that's forming in there, or to this sheath right here. And this one you cannot see a bud yet, but I'm hopeful that there is one in there. The shadow you're seeing is because my plant lights have shut off for the day. So that's not really a bloom shadow. Although this one on this side, that is a flower bloom shadow inside that sheath. So thanks for watching. I will add this to the playlist for this particular plant, and it did have a little tag inside. It kind of is broke, but it is a Taiwan Chief Wine Van Gogh, I believe is the name. I'll see if I can find that in my old email. I doubt it because I clean out my email kind of frequently. But when I bought it, I did buy it at Norman's Orchids online. So I might maybe be able to verify that name. And if I can, I will write the actual name at the intro for this particular video. Thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful evening and take care.